The number one goal that I hear from my clients is that they want to pay themselves more. But how? Money doesn't grow on trees, right? Well, maybe if we cultivate the right mix of spending and saving, we might actually be able to cultivate the profits you need to pay yourself more this year. You're listening to Business by the Books, the podcast that teaches you how to use your financials to better manage your business. My name is Danielle Hayden, CPA, CEO, and founder of Kickstart Accounting Inc., where we use bookkeeping as a vehicle to help business owners take control of their numbers. And I've helped thousands of entrepreneurs make informed financial decisions for over a decade. Now, we're diving into one of my favorite topics today, how to create more profits in your business. So we're going to dissect the equation of profitability, explore the levers to pull to increase profitability. We're going to dig into the importance of aligning spending habits with your business goals. And as always, equip you with the action tactics to analyze your expenses without compromising your growth. So if you have found yourself confused by financial statements and how to take action, if you have found yourself asking if you can spend more, should I spend less? I want to be profitable, but I don't know how, then this episode is for you. Now it's time for you to take control of your financial narrative. Kickstart Accounting Inc. does a done with you process, right? At Kickstart Accounting Inc., we do the bookkeeping for our clients, but we can never replace your role as the CEO. So this podcast is here for you to teach you how to use your numbers to better manage your business. So grab your pen, your notebook. Let's dive in together. All right. So what is the profit equation? This is revenue minus expenses. It's really actually that simple, guys. It is revenue, sales, cash in the door to sell your products or services, minus all of the expenses, cash out of your business, equals your net profit. If you are not making a big enough profit, if you are barely breaking even, or you even see negative amounts in your profit, then you have three levers that you can pull. Price, right? We can always raise our rates. Volume, sell more. And expenses, adjust your spending. Now, today we're going to be talking about expenses and how to identify if you need to take action. Now, I had a client who came to me a few years ago. Her husband had lost his job. And although they were really disappointed, and he was disappointed in his career, he was actually kind of excited to have this time and space so that they could dedicate their energy to her business. They also had two younger kids at the time. So her husband was going to be able to help out both at home and in some key areas in her business. Now, the problem was that although they were so excited to have him home, that she was now suddenly the sole breadwinner of their home. She needed the profits in her business to pay herself enough to sustain her family while also supporting the growth of her business. Now, her first instinct was to cut everything. Our first financial review call after that event, she was ready to go into scarcity mode. I mean, we had walked through her income statement and she was ready to cut off every software, contractors, complete scarcity mode. And honestly, I get it, right? This is a totally natural instinct. And here, this is why we have a no judgment, complete support approach with our clients. We want, no matter how you're feeling or no matter what you need from your business, that we can always be there for you, right? Not everybody has that type of support, and we love being able to support our clients. So no judgment. And that she came into that financial review call ready to make major, major cuts. I asked her to pause and let's take a moment to really think about where she wanted her business to go and how we can support her family. So the first thing we did together was to walk through her goals. We used our financial goal setting worksheet. Now you can steal our financial goal setting worksheet that we use with our clients by going to kickstartaccountinginc.com/goals. So we did this worksheet together. Now I wanted to do a full budget session, but she wasn't ready yet. Now, a full budget session is something that we do with our CFO level clients, where we walk through planning out the next 12 months of income and expenses. We have biweekly strategy calls, and we really get nitty gritty on where our business is going, not just where it's been, but where it's going. But for now, we started with the financial goal setting worksheet. We talked through why she wanted to hit her revenue numbers, her salary, and her profit goals, what she has learned about her business over the last few years, and some opportunities that lie ahead of her, and the opportunities that lie ahead of her to help her hit her goals. Now, nothing lights me up like a brainstorming session like that. Next, we needed to determine if she needed to increase her spending or cut costs, and how we would measure that progress as she made changes to her business. Now, some of you might be surprised to hear me say that although her natural instinct was to cut spending, that we actually needed to consider if she needed to increase spending to have long-term profits in her business. Now, if you need a CFO in your business to help you go through this type of exercise and create a budget, I suggest you go to kickstartaccountinginc.com/CFO to learn more about our CFO services. Now, I want to give you the step-by-step process so that you can do a portion of this on your own. So the first step is to decide if you need to take action right now. How severe is your problem? Or are you just coasting along? So my first question to you is, what season of business are you in? Right? We can have different seasons out of our business. We can be in high growth mode, meaning that we need to invest money back in our business so that we can grow our top line revenue. We might be in a season where we need to take more time at home, and therefore we're having an increase in costs. So we're spending more on building a team so that we can have work-life balance. We might be in a season where I feel really comfortable with where our business is at. Keep in mind, we don't always have to be in high growth mode. So you can be really comfortable with where your business is at and really just enjoy the process of running this business of where it's at today. So once you've determined what season of business you are in, then you can look at your income statement to determine if your spending matches your goals. Really think about that, because this is where I say what we do here is done with you. You have the bookkeeping, you have the financial statements in front of you. Now it's your job as a business owner to ask yourself, what season of business are you in? And how you are spending money today, does that match the place that you want your business to go? The last question I have for you is, are you profitable? Right? Like, that should probably be question one, is, are you profitable? Because after you pay yourself as an S Corp, if you are losing money on your business, then we need to strategically start pulling on one of those levers. So if you are not profitable, we need to strategically pull on the lever. Next, let's decide if you need to cut expenses or spend more. We're going to go down the income statement, and in each category, I want you to assess three things. Do we have the right people in the right seats? Do we have the right software? And lastly, do we have the right balance between your time and money for you and your season of business? There is no right size fits all approach here. This is what's right for you and your business. It's again why I say we're done with you, because although we're going to create the income statement, we're going to put everything together for you. You really need to go down the income statement to determine if you have the right people in the right seats. Do you have the right software in place for your business? And do you have the right balance of energy for your season? Now, I want to note before we go down the income statement that this is laid out in the Kickstart Accounting Inc. framework. So if you are not a current client, some of these categories might not make sense to you. If you need help with your bookkeeping and you want to have us put your income statement in this structure, you can go to kickstartaccountinginc.com/sign up now to sign up for services to get your information, your accounting in this framework. It is designed in this framework because it makes sense. It's easy to use and we're able to then take action. We'll get back to the show in 1 second, but real quick, are you an entrepreneur or business owner struggling with the complexity of tax deductions and salary structures for yourself? It's common to feel lost in the maze of tax regulations and unsure about how to effectively pay yourself from your business. Navigating these challenges can be daunting, leaving you with more questions than answers. But what if there's a way to simplify this process, ensuring you maximize your deductions and set up the most beneficial compensation strategy for yourself? That's exactly what our guide on the top tax deductions for every business owner and how to pay yourself as a business owner are for. These resources are designed to demystify the essentials, helping you understand and leverage tax deductions and outline a clear, effective strategy for your salary as a business owner. Through these guides, you'll learn the key deductions you shouldn't miss, strategies for tax-efficient salary and owner's draws, and much more, ensuring you're financially optimized and compliant. So if you're ready to take control of your financial health with confidence, head over to kickstartaccountinginc.com/gift or click the link in the show notes and download your free resources today. Okay, back to the show. So the first category is marketing. The way we have our strategic framework laid out on the income statement, we have all of our marketing categories grouped together. This includes marketing consultants, marketing software, paid advertising, groups, promotional materials, you get the story. So all these accounts are grouped together. And in our marketing category, I want you to think through the marketing consultants that you have on your team. Do you have the right people in the right seats? When you think about the season of business that you're in and where you want to see yourself go, do you have the people who are going to get you there? The people who got you here aren't necessarily the people who are going to get you there. So are you employing as employees and contractors the right people who are going to help you hit your business goals? The next one is software. Oh, software. I know it's so easy for us to sign up for different software subscriptions over time, and they add up. And you know what I think is the most interesting part about software subscriptions is that when we sign up for a software, they don't have all the features that we're looking for. So sometimes we need 3 or 4 different softwares to do one major task for ourselves. But over time, so many of these software companies, they add on features. But because we've already created the Band-Aid, we forget to go back and actually look at each of our software that we have and see if we can consolidate our subscriptions. Now, this is something major that we're doing here at Kickstart Accounting Inc. This is one of our number one projects of 2024 is getting the right software in place. My team and I, we have to go to 4 or 5 different software just to keep track of what we're doing, managing our time, managing our projects, sharing documents with our clients, and then using the accounting systems to support our clients. So this is something that we are handling internally as well. This is something that takes time, but my goodness, has it been so worth my time and energy. The last one is the right balance between your time and money for your season of business. So when you think about the marketing category, are you spending too much time in this area? And is that the best use of your time? Now, for me, I know that this is an area where it's actually not the best use of my time. I actually shouldn't be spending a lot of time here. So when I look at our marketing costs, it's more important for me to know that I have the people, the right people in the right seats, and that I'm actually spending money in this area so that I can grow this business. I love what we do, and we are on an incredible mission. So I know that I want to continue to grow. And so I know that I need to be spending the money on this area because it's not my sweet spot. It's not my zone of genius. And my season of business is to grow Kickstart Accounting Inc. So for me, this is an area where I know that I need more of my energy back and I'm going to be spending more. Hopefully that makes sense. So we're going to go through each of the rest of these categories with the same 3 questions in mind. Next is fees. This is our credit card processing fees, interest, such as credit card interest, our line of credit interest. I can't tell you how often I see clients who have an incredible amount of cash that's going out the door in interest. And once that you are able to pause and take the time to really think through, is this the right debt portfolio for my business? The answer is usually no. We just haven't taken the time or energy to consolidate our credit cards or to find a line of credit that has a lower interest rate. So this is you. If you are paying a high amount of processing fees, meaning when your clients use credit cards with you, and every time they swipe their credit card with you, you are paying more than 2.9% in interest, it's time to shop. If you are paying your debt, right, interest in your debt payments every single month, it's time to take a pause to shop the debt facilities that are open and available to business owners. Now, we did a whole podcast episode on this, so I won't say anything more about debt and interest. You can go back and listen to that episode. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I'll have that in the show notes for you so that you can go back and listen to that. Next is payroll. Again, we did a whole series on hiring, but to summarize, hire a team. You should only be doing the tasks that move your business forward. However, I give you permission to cut your team. That's right, you heard me. If you do not have the right people in the right seats, it is time for you to take action in your business. You are the CEO of your business, and it is your responsibility to take action. Every dollar out is tied back to a dollar in. So if you are not profitable or you are barely breaking even, then it's time to look at, do you have the right people on your team? And can you tie every dollar that has been spent back to the dollar of revenue that's being brought into your business? In the payroll category, we might have the wrong software as well. Some of our clients who have come to us are using more expensive payroll products or time tracking features that are very expensive. So again, in this payroll category, we're looking at right people, right software, and the right balance between time and money. So you might be using a payroll software that's expensive, benefit costs that are high. There might be other software costs that are helping you manage their workload that are high that need to be looked at. Now, this is another area where I really want you to have the right balance between time and money for you. If you are in a season of business where you need to have that work-life balance, it is time for you to buy back your time. Now, my client, it was her first instinct to cut costs, people, software. And once she was able to pause and really think about where she wanted to see her business go to, she knew that she needed her team in place because she couldn't get there on her own. And let's face it, she needed to have the energy in order to be able to serve her clients effectively and efficiently. If she would have cut her team, she would have put her business and her clients at risk. All right, our last few areas are operating expenses, outside services, and facility costs. Again, right people, the right software, and the right balance between time and money. Look at every category of your income statement to make sure that you have the right mix that serves where you are at in your business. I have a few last ideas for you. I want you to learn the art of negotiation. If you don't ask, they can't say no. Take the time to ask. Are there discounts available? Can you pay for a subscription annually to get a discount? Can you negotiate the rates on your facility, your utilities? We are all busy, but it's the business owners who slow down and take the time to analyze their business that succeed in the long term. Now, thank goodness, my client, who her husband had lost her job, they took the time every single month to look at her expenses and where her revenue was headed. So she could see the direct impact of her spending on her profitability. Now, it was scary at first because she actually increased her cost to her ads, her marketing team, and she built out the right software in her business so that she could not only work more effectively with her internal team, but she could improve the experience to her clients. She almost turned the faucet off in every direction. She could have lost clients. As she reflected, she told me if she would have cut those costs, she would have lost her clients and perhaps her business because clients would have lost their experience. The whole reason that they worked with her, they would have lost out because she wouldn't have had the time and energy to give her clients the passion and love that they deserved. Now, the great news is that her and her husband actually love working together. And it was such a relief to have his help with the kids and in the business. He really proved to be a great asset. So we knew that we needed to long term find a way to help him stay at home and with her in her business. So the question is cost cutting killing your growth? I'm going to give you 3 KPIs to track moving forward. I want you to look at your profit by month. Again, this is looking at your net income at the bottom of the income statement. You're going to look at your profit by month every single month. This is the best way we can see when issues arise and we can follow the trend. Number 2 is the percent of sales by month for your top 3 expense categories. And number 3 is your owner's pay over time. For my client, she needed to take home enough to sustain her and her family. We had to monitor her payroll every month. We needed to make sure that the changes that we were making in her business were reflecting into more profit in her business. So I want you to stay agile. Don't overcorrect every month. Allow the changes in your business to simmer. Make small changes in your business every 3 to 6 months. Monitor your KPIs and read your emails from your money team. Let me say that again. We are done with you. We are doing the bookkeeping on your behalf, but we need you to look at your numbers, to ask yourself these difficult questions, and to make business decisions as the business owner that I know that each and every one of you are. All right, we'll see you next week. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I have a favor to ask. If you have gotten any value from this show and you want the show to continue to grow and keep providing you with strategies for financial growth and efficiency, simply leave us a rating and review. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, those reviews really go a long way in attracting more listeners, and honestly, they really make my day. So if you're feeling up to it, we'd love to see a rating and review from you. Either way, thanks so much for listening to the show.